Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about static breath hold training tables for freediving. So a training table is literally just a sequence or a series of breath holds. Some people don't call these tables, some people call them series or whatever, but the concept is the same. It is a sequence of breath holds, usually with some kind of a varying structure. So for static breath hold, I'm going to start by giving you two tables to work with. In the previous video about static breath hold, I spoke about how we simply want to work with doing around 6 odd breath holds where you slowly just increase the period of time that you're holding your breath, treating it like an exploratory experience, holding your breath for as long as you like and then stopping. Now we're going to turn it into something a little bit more structured because we want to make the training more targeted. So once again, the goal of this static breath hold training is still primarily relaxation. And this first table that I'm going to write down is actually my favorite one because it targets your CO2 tolerance. It gives you the option, if you want to push yourself to do it, to target your hypoxic threshold, and all the while we are focused on developing a really deep level of relaxation. So the first table is a series of 8 breath holds in which you start a breath hold every 4 minutes. So every 4 minutes you have to start a breath hold. You can breathe whenever you like. And so the remaining time from when you start to breathe again between the next 4 minutes set is your recovery time. So for example, here I am doing my first breath hold. I hold my breath for 1 minute. Yeah, it's a warm up, you know. The first 3 or 4, you really have to treat like a warm up and just allow yourself to slowly get into the exercise. So if on the first breath hold, I hold my breath for 1 minute, it means that there will be 3 minutes to breathe and recover before I have to start another breath hold. Every 4 minutes we start a breath hold. If on the next one I'm doing a bit better and I hold my breath for 1.5 minutes, it means I have 2.5, it's meant to be a 3, 2.5 minutes recovery before the next one, and so on and so forth. The first 4, just treat them like gentle warm-ups. And the idea is going to be for us to get to the point with this table where we are able to do most of these 8 breath holds at 3 minutes breath holding, 1 minute recovery. When you can do that, then you're going to want to change all these to 5-minute intervals, right? And you'll be starting breath hold every 5 minutes, which gives you then the option to go further. But for now, let's backtrack a little bit and keep the table at 4 minutes. Every 4 minutes, start a breath hold. Breathe whenever you like, and the remaining time before the next 4-minute period begins is your recovery time. For this next table, we're going to once again do 8 breath holds. It's the magic number. It's the amount of breath holds which is going to really train your body without pushing you to the point of fatigue, so that you won't be overtrained. So for this exercise, for every one of your 8 breath holds, you're going to have a recovery time of 2 minutes, always 2 minutes. You hold your breath for however long you like. And whenever you start to breathe again, you get 2 minutes recovery. So on your first one, you'll breathe for 2 minutes, and then maybe you did a breath hold of, once again, we'll just say 1 minute 30. And then, doesn't matter, maybe it's 1 minute 35, maybe it's 1 minute 42 seconds. It can be whatever you like. Whenever you choose to breathe again, you start a recovery period of 2 minutes. And you go on and so forth. So, or constantly holding your breath for whatever period of time you like. Whenever you decide to breathe again, just start 2 minutes. Bang, just start 2 minutes. Ideally, what we want is for these breath holds to increase over the period of the 8 breath holds, so that by the end, we are doing close to, if not a maximum breath hold. So you might notice a bit of a theme here when it comes to these static breath hold exercises. Both of them are about giving the person who is doing the exercise control. You decide when you want to breathe. You never hold your breath for a specific period of time. You push yourself and continue if you feel comfortable to do so. If not, you start to breathe whenever you like. If you do breath holding tables in which you are constantly holding your breath for a specific period of time, it's a really good way to start to ruin your mind. It's a really good way to start to not enjoy the training, and it's very counterproductive because you don't develop the deep levels of relaxation that we want you to develop. So for now, those are the 2 static breath hold exercises I want you to be doing. You can do these dry or you can do these in the pool. It's always better to do them wet in the pool, but if you don't have access to a pool, you just do them dry. Or if you don't have access to a buddy all the time, you just do them dry. Both of these tables will train a very broad spectrum of your breath holding capacity. It'll be very good to be training your CO2 tolerance. They'll be training your O2 or your hypoxic threshold and your relaxation. A quick note, I really don't like the standard O2, CO2 tables. Like where you have like, okay, I'm gonna hold my breath for this period of time and then decrease the recovery, always holding my breath for that period of time. I think they don't really train anything. I think they're a really bad form of breath holding training, and it's very counterproductive for where we want to go with our exercises. It's very counterproductive for how we want to develop as freedivers. So my advice is to stop doing those kinds of tables or move away from doing those kinds of tables. And when it comes to static, focus on tables in which you have the control to breathe whenever you like, and you are focused on developing deeper levels of relaxation while you are experiencing longer breath holds and the urge to breathe.